my friends, and welcome to another Quilt and a Book story time. I am so glad to be reading to you again. It's been a while. I wanted to read a book. My students love Pete the Cat. Most of my books are at school, so I borrowed this from my granddaughter. So thanks, Kimberly, for sharing with me so I could share with y'all. Here we go with Pete the Cat and the Bedtime Blues. This beautiful book is written by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete the Cat and the Bedtime Blues. Here's the cover page in case you want to look for this book too. Pete and the gang had a great day. They'd been at the beach, surf and sun, and tons of fun. But when the sun went down, they didn't want the fun to end. Pete had an idea. He always has good ideas. Hey, how about a sleepover? More time for tons of fun. Groovy. Pete's place. Let's go. The party was far out, but they knew they couldn't stay up all night. The gang decided it was time to say goodnight. On went the pajamas and out went the light. Good night, Gus. Good night, Alligator. Good night, Toad. Good night, Pete. They all look like they're ready to sleep. Pete was just about to catch some Z's when, clap, clap, clap. Who did that? Pete asked. It was me, said Grumpy Toad. I don't want to go to bed. I want to clap instead. Pete covered his head. This cool cat needs to go to bed. Good night, Gus. Good night, Alligator. Good night, Toad. Good night, Pete. Time to sleep. Pete tried again to catch some Z's when, rat-a-tat-tat. Who did that? Pete asked. It was me, said Gus the platypus. I don't want to go to bed. I want to jam instead. Pete covered his head. This cool cat needs to go to bed. Time to sleep. Good night, Gus. Good night, Alligator. Good night, Toad. Good night, Pete. Pete closed his eyes to catch some Z's when he heard munch, munch, munch. Pete had a hunch. It was Alligator. He was always up for eating. What could Pete do? All the clapping, rat-a-tat-tatting, and munching was giving him bedtime blues. Now remember, I told you before, blues doesn't mean the color. It means like you're sad about something. Pete had another groovy idea. He got out his favorite bedtime story and he started to read, first to just himself and then to the gang. Pete noticed it was finally quiet. No more clapping, no more rat-a-tat-tatting, and no more munching. They all settled down. No one made a sound. Pete yawned, turned off the light. Good night, sleep tight. Time to catch some Z's. Tomorrow was another day for surfing, sun, and lots of fun. And once again, this beautiful book is called Pete the Cat and the Bedtime Blues. I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed reading to you. And thanks again, Kinley, for sharing so lots of people could hear another Pete the Cat story. Y'all have a great day.